All right, we'll get this city council meeting for the city of International Falls to order. It's 5:30, Monday, December 16th. If you could all join me in pledging allegiance to the flag. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you, everybody. Our city council is full today, so all members are present. Chair would entertain a motion to approve the agenda. I don't know of any additions or deletions, so Chair would entertain a motion to approve as written.
So moved.
Second. We have a motion by Counselor Buller, second by Counselor Wagner. Discussion. Hearing none, call the question.
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Aye.
And I will vote yes. Motion carries 5-0. Go down to the minutes. We have the special committee of the whole minutes from November 26th. Chair would entertain a motion to approve those.
I'll move.
We have a motion by Counselor Kaler. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Counselor Buller. Discussion. Hearing none, call the question.
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Aye.
And I'll vote yes. Motion carries 5-0. Next, we go to the minutes of Monday, December 2nd. That was the regular city council meeting. Chair would entertain a motion to approve those.
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion by Counselor Holden,
Second.
second by Counselor Wagner. Discussion. Hearing none, call the question.
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Aye.
I'll vote yes. Motion carries 5-0. Next, we go to our Truth and Taxation meeting, which was also on Monday, December 2nd. Chair would entertain a motion to approve those.
I'll move.
We have a motion by Counselor Kaler. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Counselor Holden. Discussion? Hearing none, call the question.
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Aye.
I'll vote yes, motion carries 5-0. And finally, our committee of the whole meeting from last week. Chair would entertain a motion to approve those minutes.
So moved.
Motion-
Second.
Motion by Counselor Buller, second by Counselor Holden. I'm sorry, by
Wagner.
Counselor Wagner.
I thought you were gonna
I
get.
thought I was gonna get through a
I thought you were
meeting
gonna
without
throw a
messing it up.
no-hitter
Oh,
on your
gosh.
last night.
I was doing really good, too.
Yeah, that's probably because I thought of that, and that's probably why that
I
happened.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
So we have a motion and a second. The motion is by Counselor Buller, the second is by Counselor Wagner. Chair would, any questions? Call the question.
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Aye.
I'll vote yes, motion carries 5-0. Next, we go to the resolutions for the payments and claims. We have International Falls City transfers going to the 401 Permanent Improvement Fund of $66,666.66, coming evenly out of the 601 Water and the 603 Sewer in the amount of $33,333.33. We have monies being transferred to the 403, reserved for capital outlay, $20,567.25. And that's coming from the 601 Water in the amount of $14,693, and the 603 Sewer in the amount of $5,874.25, for total transfers of $87,233.91. Accounts payable, International Falls, regular claims of $618,066.98. International Falls Public Library Board claims of $11,150.47. And our airport claims of $4,985.58. Total accounts payable is $634,203.03. Chair would entertain a motion to approve the payments and claims.
I'll move.
We have a motion by Counselor Kaler.
Second.
We have a second by Counselor Wagner. Discussion. Hearing none, call the question.
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Aye.
And I'll vote yes, motion carries 5-0. We'll go to audience. Is there anyone in the audience that has anything to bring forward that's not on the agenda? Please, sir, if you want to come up and state your name for the record, and your address, I'm sorry. Yep.
Lawrence Micus, 901 8th Street, which is a corner property. I'm new to town, and I don't wish to become public enemy number one, but I have pictures in the form of an email that I'd like for the board, anybody else to view if possible. The city sidewalk, the public sidewalk, up until after Thanksgiving, I have been shoveling that sidewalk because I felt a sense of obligation. The night that the blizzard started, I was out there shoveling. A lady came by walking her dog, and she thanked me for shoveling the sidewalk. And I said, well, that's fine. I said, I feel like it's my duty to do so for the people in the neighborhood. She proceeded to tell me about the city ordinance, that it was my responsibility that I had by law to shovel that walk. So I was out there that evening. It started snowing probably after 2 o'clock. I went out, figured I'd get started on, because it was going to be snowing all night. She had told me about how I was required to do it. So I was out there till 8 o'clock shoveling, got out the next morning. I went out the next morning, and there was a fresh probably 5 to 6 inches on the sidewalk. Again, I would like everybody to see these pictures. I'd like to email them to you. But I shoveled off the front sidewalk, my front porch, started on the sidewalk, proceeded south all the way. I probably worked for 4 to 6 hours, maybe 8 hours counting the night before. I had just got through shoveling my last shovel out of the, cleaning out the alley to clear out a pathway to the next sidewalk south. All of a sudden, the plow goes by, and I waved at him like, thanks for doing such a good job. I turned around and looked back north, and he had dumped probably close to 50, 60 feet of his blades onto my freshly, completely cleaned sidewalk. And it's not God's snow that he dumped from the street onto my clean sidewalk. Ice bricks, boulders, frozen snow. And I just could not believe how happy I was that I was done, and now I was faced with this.
Which is even more and heavier and different than what you initially did. I understand.
Well, the thing was, I called the town hall, got the name of somebody from like Streets and Sanitation, I believe it was the department, sent an email, and I had talked to one of the secretaries, receptionists, whatever the title would be, and I had asked her, what happens in a case like this? I had just got through working for like close to 8 hours the night before and that day with a shovel. Mm-hmm. The stuff that the plow dumped onto the sidewalk, you couldn't even take a snow plow through that unless it was about a $5,000, $6,000 snow plow. And my question would be, where am I supposed to put the snow? I was also told that it's illegal, you can't put it back onto the street. So the only choice I have is to throw it all onto my property, and when you're on the far side of the sidewalk, if you can't throw it this way, you got to throw it probably 6 to 8 feet to throw it back onto your own property. Mm-hmm. So it's like what was suggested to me, which I was to wait for the snow plow to go by and then shovel. Mm-hmm. To which I wrote back that if I did that, then there's now more than twice as much snow on my sidewalk. And I more or less got a response that, too bad, tough luck. It was explained to me about 9th Street, which I understand about 9th Street, mm-hmm. but to me, that's a very wide street. And I just don't understand how anybody could be treated this disrespectfully, as in my case. Now, I think I was out there shoveling like 3 times already today, cleaning off the sidewalk, the entire sidewalk, and there's always cars that park on the west side of the street. Mm-hmm. So It's all that wet slush and snow sitting there now, but I anticipate maybe later on this evening or tomorrow morning, if those cars move, that plow's gonna come by and it's gonna be the same type of situation where the city's sidewalk that belongs to me now is gonna be just filled with all this ice and slush and whatever snow falls from now on into the morning. So that's, you know, if there's an email, I can send these pictures to you guys, or I got them on my phone if you want to look at them right now.
If you want to send them to the city administrator, she will forward them to the council. Betty, you want to give him your email address?
Ready?
Yes.
Betty B,
Betty,
yep, then the letter B,
then the letter B,
at CI,
BI,
CI, for city,
oh,
C,
city, CI,
CI dot, international, hyphen falls,
pardon?
It's going to finish off just like that.
Oh, okay. I know I should have brought my
I
glasses.
don't
It's
have-
such a bad email address.
Well,
for
it's
the
hard, and I
city.
don't have a card with me either, thank you.
Well, I can tell you from the council's perspective, we do understand, we have the same issues that come up, but I think that showing us exactly what your concerns are and hearing what you had to say today is definitely something that we need to hear and bring back and have conversations with Public Works and make sure that we're all on the same page and see if there's something we can do to alleviate that in the future. And welcome to the neighborhood. I live literally a block away from you.
Yeah, I'm here from Chicago,
Okay?
and just so you guys know, I'm a lifelong Dallas Cowboy fan, so I've never liked the Bears. But I hope that went through, because
Don't see it as of yet, but we'll see.
Well, thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Appreciate everybody giving me the time.
Thank you.
And I can understand the seriousness of Ninth Avenue, keep it open for the emergency vehicles and everything else, but, you know, I'll accept my responsibility, but if this keeps happening every time, it's like, you know, I didn't come up here to have a heart attack shoveling the city's snow on the city sidewalk that now belongs to me.
All right,
Thank you.
well, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I did receive the photos. I do
Okay.
have them.
Check those pictures out, they're very interesting.
Thank you.
Anybody else have anything to bring forward, please?
Do I need to state my name and?
No, well, I think we got you.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Just want to ask for your consideration on a couple things with the Committee of the Whole recommendations. Four of us are going to be working together soon. The first one is under 7B, which is the financial management plan for the utility funds. Just please understand, in no way am I contesting the water plant and what it needs or what it doesn't need. I'm not an engineer, so I don't know anything about that. But there's such a massive price hike in those water rates over time, which is passed on to our consumers here. And that affects one municipality outside of the falls, which would be Rainier. And so I don't know what the answer is, but we have this ambulance issue going on. We talk about it all the time. We may need them for something someday, and I don't know that that's the right pathway to do it, but these are steep hikes, and so I just want to bring that up. The other thing that I would ask for consideration on, for more discussion would be the rehabilitation of some of the public works facilities, solely for the reason that I believe there's negotiations going on with Public Works right now. And I think it would be the most important or the most prudent to make sure that we're gonna have those workers and that they're happy before we go out and spend a significant amount of money. That's all I have. So just wanted to be on the record for that. Thank you, Lisa and Mayor,
Thank you.
Council.
Thank you. Anybody else have anything to bring up under audience? All right, hearing none, there'll also be an opportunity later in the meeting. We'll go to old business. We have before us the city levy, final tax levy collectible in 2025 and the budget for International Falls. As you know, we had our Truth and Taxation meeting, and at the Truth and Taxation meeting, we had dropped the city taxes down from the 8%, which was proposed, down to 6.02. And there was a conversation at that meeting that we were gonna have additional conversations to see if we could get it down even more. Last Monday, if you look in the minutes that were in your packet, we did have additional conversation, and there was some moving of employment resources from Public Works being charged from the city of International Falls over to the Voyageurs National Park, because that's where they're doing some of their work. So we were able to get the levy down to 5.81 from the original 8 that we were at. So I guess before I even ask for a motion, I'll ask, is there any questions or concerns that the council has with the budget going to a 5.81 levy increase? Okay, then Chair would entertain a motion to approve the final tax levy at 5.81.
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion by Councilor Holden. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilor Wagner. Discussion. Hearing none, call the question.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
And I will vote yes, motion carries 5-0. So then we go to the city budget for 2025. Chair would entertain a motion to approve that.
So move.
We have a motion by Councilor Buller. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilor Wagner. Any discussion? Hearing none, call the question. Yes, please.
When you say, like, we're gonna budget for 2025 and we're gonna vote on that tonight,
Yes.
some of the things that are gonna happen in 2025, I wasn't aware of what the changes are gonna be or where the money's gonna go. What money are we gonna spend on our tax money to go for whatever it is?
That was all the information that was at the Truth and Taxation meeting? That, and we opened it up for public comment at that time.
Yes.
And did you have any questions at that time? Because we have to have this in to the county by next week.
I see. So it's kind of like a rush. Why is it in such a rush?
It isn't a rush. We've been working on this since April and May. We've worked it through. We've had budget meetings every Monday for the past 3 months.
Okay, so some things that were changed, they were changed, and they happened now. There's this meeting here. It seems like a lot of the things that happened then is there's been a lot of changes made before this meeting even started this time. Is that true?
That is not accurate. The only change that we've had since last Monday, or 2 Mondays ago, when we had our Truth and Taxation meeting, was we showed the budget. We said that we were willing to or able to bring it down from a 8% to a 8.02 with the changes that came in from the airport. We had a conversation about that at the meeting, that there was additional funds that came in at the airport, so the city was able to save almost 2% of our levy, which is about 1% is about $40,000. So we were able to save that. And the only change that we've had since that meeting is Public Works was able to save some money on their employee costs. It came out of Public Works, Public Works, and is getting moved over to the EDA fund, which is what we utilize for Voyageurs National Park. And the stuff that happens at Voyageurs National Park does not come against our levy. So the only thing that's changed between 2 weeks ago and tonight is we have found additional ways to save taxpayers' money.
Okay, and then there, between then and now,
I'm sorry, Mayor and Council, this is Chelsea Nelson, the city attorney. Who's ever speaking, could they perhaps come up to the mic so everyone else can hear what they're saying rather than sitting in the back yelling?
oh, I'm not yelling, I'm sorry. It's kind of hard to hear. Yes, my name's Joe Cantor. I live on 1607 13th Avenue West. I've been informed through other people that we are going to maybe get a salt shed in the works for
Coming
the
up-
city.
That'll be coming up, and it was in the budget that we had. That was in capital outlay, so that was in the budget.
Okay. And then there's going to be a Victor garage that's going to be built?
No, not being built, it's gonna be updated.
It's gonna be updated.
And when we say updated, we're getting it to current standards. 'Cause
Okay.
it does not meet current standards right now, and again, that is in the budget.
Okay, and then the city garage,
We're not getting a new city garage.
we're getting it all fixed up.
We're
and-
fixing the city garage to
Okay.
meet current standards.
Well, the thing is, what I'm gathering is that we're going to be spending a lot more money again this year in 2025, and it's not sound like we're saving money, but we're spending more money than we have in taxes to pay for 2026. That's going to be coming up. So basically, I don't know, our population is drowning. Our population is as big as it used to be. Our town is not as big as it used to be. And I just don't see where we're going to come up with the money to pay for our houses in 2026. I mean, there's going to be a crunch and people asking for raises and salaries, and I just hear kind of stuff like that. It kind of gets annoying to hear all that when we're doing the best we can living in this town. And I don't know if we're going to be able to afford it in a couple more years. I just don't see it. I just think it's ridiculous. So that's, and I'm sorry if I yelled at you, but you can't hear very good in the background, you know, but that's the way it is.
Oh, thank you.
And one other thing is there some way, or where can I get, like, you know, we have salary workers that work for the city, and then we have people that work hourly.
It's all public information.
It's
You're
all
welcome
public
to request-
information.
You're welcome
Where
to
can-
request that from the office downstairs.
From who?
The office downstairs?
Oh, the office downstairs? Okay, okay.
Yep, thank you.
That's all I want to know. Thank you.
All right. So we have a motion and a second on the budget for 2025. Any other discussion? Hearing none, call the question.
Aye.
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 And I'll vote yes, motion carries 5-0. Next, we go to the consent agenda. We have the approval for licenses for 2025. We have the Amex duty-free shops, gasoline pump license, Carter Kittleson snowplow license, Cine 5, a restaurant license and a theater license, Coffee Landing, a restaurant license, MW Friends Incorporated, doing business as Friends Garbage, a garbage hauler's license. Pete Ham's Food Service, doing business as Hardee's, a restaurant license. The Rose Garden, a restaurant license, and True North Properties, a snowplow license. Chair would entertain a motion for the consent agenda.
I'll move.
Second.
We have a motion by Counselor Kaler. We have a second by Counselor Buller. No discussion on the consent agenda. Call the question.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
And I'll vote yes. Motion carries 5-0. All right, we're at new business. The first item is one that I was requested to put on the agenda, and historically, they've always been able to come, but they are going out of town to visit their grandchild. So Ken and Jackie Kruger are not able to make it here today, but historically, we have always supported the Arrowhead 135 with the use of Cary Park. Fireworks that evening, police presence for the highway crossing at 7 a.m., and a banner being hung at Smoky Bear Park. So the chair would entertain a motion to approve those again this year.
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion by Counselor Holden. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Counselor Wagner. Discussion. Well, it was 5 years ago I found out it's the mayor's job to open up Cary Park at 5 a.m. So I'll make sure you get the keys,
Yeah.
because that's when I found out that was part of the duties. So we have a motion and a second. I'll call the question.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
And I'll vote yes, motion carries 5-0. Next, we have the approval for the year 2025 license renewals that include tobacco or liquor. We have on the list Border Bar Pizza, an off-sale license, on-sale license, Sunday liquor license, pool table license, restaurant license, jukebox license, and amusement games license. Elks Club 1599, a club license, restaurant license, and Sunday liquor license. Espresso Lane LLC, doing business as the library, a Sunday liquor license, an on-sale liquor license, and a restaurant license. Family Dollar LLC, doing business as Family Dollar Store 30058, a cigarette license, and a 3-2 off-sale license. Holiday Station Store, doing business as Circle K 2746509, a 3-2 off-sale license, cigarette license, gasoline pump license, and a restaurant license. I Falls Group LLC, doing business as Cobblestone Hotel and Suites, a restaurant license, an on-sale liquor license, and a Sunday liquor license. TRM2 Incorporated, doing business as Chocolate Mousse Restaurant Company, a restaurant license, and a wine on-sale license. TRM5, doing business as Sammy's Pizza and Restaurant, a liquor license, an on-sale liquor license, restaurant license, and a Sunday liquor license. Chair would entertain a motion to approve those.
So moved.
We have a motion by Counselor Wagner,
Second.
second by Counselor Buller. Discussion. Hearing none, call the question.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
And I will abstain. Motion carries 4 for the motions, 1 abstention. Next, we have the 2025 city license for Joe Napper, and that is a snowplow license. Chair would entertain a motion to approve that.
I'll move.
All right, we have a motion by Counselor Kaler,
Second.
second by Counselor Buller. Discussion? Hearing none, call the question.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
I'll vote yes, motion carries 5-0. Next, we have the 2025 regular city council meeting schedule. Keeping the city council meetings on the 1st and 3rd at 5:30 and the committee of the holes on the second Monday at 4 p.m. Chair would entertain a motion to approve those.
I'll make that.
We have a
Second.
motion by Counselor Buller. We have a second by Counselor Holden. Discussion. Hearing none, call the question.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
And I'll vote yes, motion carries 5-0. Next, we have the first reading of the Shade Tree Disease Control and Prevention Ordinance. Chair would entertain a motion to approve that.
I'll move.
Motion by Counselor Kaler,
Second.
second by Counselor Wagner. Discussion. Hearing none, call the question.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, yeah.
Aye.
Aye.
I'll vote yes, motion carries 5-0. All right,
Lost me for a second.
I know,
Once a meeting.
yeah, that's what it is. Next, we go to the Public Works recommendation. This would be to approve a stop sign at the intersection of 4th Street and 9th Avenue on the 4th Street side with a thoroughfare of 9th Avenue. Chair would entertain a motion to approve that.
So moved.
We have a motion by Counselor Buller. We have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Counselor Kaler. Discussion. Hearing none, call the question.
Aye.
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 All vote yes, motion carries 5-0. Next, we have the IAMAW Collective Bargaining Agreement for 2025 through 2027 for the firefighter, engineers, and paramedics. Chair would entertain a motion to approve that.
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion by Counselor Holden.
I'll second.
We have a second by Counselor Kaler. Discussion. Hearing none, call the question.
Aye.
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 And I'll vote yes, motion carries 5-0. The next item is the financial management plan for the utility funds as presented by Tammy Omdahl on November 4th, 2024.
Mayor?
Please.
I would move to table this until after the first of the year at the request of the mayor-elect.
Okay,
And I agree with that.
so would that be a second?
That would be a second.
So we have a motion to table from Counselor Kaler and a second from Counselor Holden. Discussion.
Well, I think out of respect to the new mayor coming in, he needs to take a look at this, among maybe a few other things here. And he's coming in, I believe, January 6th. He'll be the next mayor of International Falls. And out of respect that he should be able to look at this particular, and there's more than one here that he probably would like to see us table, so.
Any other discussion? I guess I'm not willing to just railroad or push anything through, but I guess my question would be the timing on this. It's not like we're pushing this. We've been having these conversations for well over 2 years on this specific thing. This is just where we've gotten. And again, I'm not fighting anything, because I know once we get anybody being seated, get the information, we're gonna realize that we need to move this project forward and there has to be a way to fund it. So I'm not gonna fight it in any capacity, but I do think that there's no reason that we can't do it today, especially since everybody, including the mayor-elect, has had ample opportunity and meet with the folks that presented the information, meet with Public Works, meet with the city administrator to have these discussions. But again, I'm very confident that the city's going to make the decision to move forward. So,
I don't think he's had enough time to look at the whole picture. I think he deserves, I know if I was coming in as mayor, the taxpayers here in International Falls are interested in us doing the best job we can do. And so I feel that the new mayor should be able to take a better look at this before we do any voting on it.
fair enough?
Yeah, and I'm not, I agree with you. There's been ample time, but I respect and not this table. My views aren't going to change on it probably, but give them some time. It's only a couple weeks in the year, so.
Yeah.
Please.
Question, can we put a deadline on it then? Yeah, which
Well,
meeting?
His motion is to move it to the next.
Next
the
meeting?
next meeting.
Okay,
That's
that's the
the
first
timeline.
meeting or the first meeting?
First meeting.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Put that in the motion.
Put that in the motion.
So that's in the motion?
Yes,
Okay.
Brought up.
I said after the first, but
All right, so we have a motion to table from Counselor Kaler and seconded by Counselor Holden till our first meeting in January. Call the question.
aye.
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 I'll vote yes, motion carries 5-0. Next, approve the grant agreement for the design grant for the International Falls Health and Wellness Center, utilizing the 2023 $1 million bonding funds. Chair would entertain a motion to approve that.
So moved.
We have a motion by Counselor Wagner, second by Counselor Kaler. I'm giving it to you.
All right.
Motion and a second. Any discussion?
Yes, I'd like to discuss it. I realize that we got $1 million to do design work on this, and I realize we need to spend that money to get any more money from the state. But I also want to, I'll tell you this, if we don't get any money from the state, we got to take a real hard look at how much we're spending, what we're doing with Cary Park. So,
I would agree with those thoughts, Mike, wholeheartedly.
I echo those thoughts as well. All right, so we have a motion and a second. Call the question.
Aye.
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 And I'll vote yes, motion carries 5-0. Next, we have the DSGW architecture report for the rehabilitation of the Vector Garage and Equipment Garage to be financed and paid with budgeted street and sanitary funds. Chair would entertain a motion to, well, first I'll open up for a motion to see if anyone wants to move forward or to table.
I'll make the motion.
To move forward?
Move forward.
Okay, we have a motion to move forward. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second by Counselor Wagner. We have a motion and second, discussion.
I think that, again, the mayor needs to have the ability, when he comes in, to take a look at this before we move forward with this. He brought up tonight, it was B and D were big. And so I think we need to give him the chance to look at every way of what's going on here with this for the taxpayers' money.
Okay, any other discussion?
I would be, I'm gonna say we should table this 12, so that's what he asked for. I know we need it, I know how we're funding it, it's in the budget, I know what Ted's done, but if this will give the mayor-elect time to talk to Ted or some Public Works Committee people about what the plan of this is. It's only a couple weeks, 2, 3 weeks.
Maybe you say table it again until the next
Yeah.
meeting then?
Yeah.
Next meeting.
Yeah.
Are you offering a friendly amendment?
I am offering a friendly, it's not hostile, I can tell you that. Yeah, it's a little bit,
There's no rocks
That's
being
what you need to
thrown.
do,
Yeah.
buddy. You gotta offer it up.
yeah, offer up, yeah.
All's gotta accept it.
Oh, will you offer that?
I'll amend my motion to table it till the next meeting, but, you know, we've been without a salt shed forever, and it's totally against MPCA's regulations. It's total out of violation there, that we could end up with a big.
This
issue
is the
there.
Vector Garage?
And then the Vector Garage, you have to do some work on that to get the new Vector to put into it, because it won't go into it. Got to do some work on that, and also the drain in the blue shed doesn't work, and that's getting pumped out. So, I mean, we need to do something here, and it has to be done soon, so.
And that's where the mayor could take a peek at it too and
Yeah.
make sure,
Well,
I mean, if we need to get it done, we need to get it done.
It's,
All right.
Yeah.
anyway, yeah, I'll amend my motion to wait till the next meeting. to vote on
Next
this.
meeting?
Table it till first meeting in January.
All right, thanks.
Would you like to withdraw my second from the first
Yeah,
motion?
just withdraw your
I will
motion.
withdraw my second.
All right, so if he withdrew a second, we have no motion on the table. The chair would entertain a motion to table to the next meeting.
I will make that motion.
We have a
And I will
motion by,
second it.
okay, we have a motion and a second to table to the next meeting. Discussion on the table.
Yep.
Again, I'm only going to say that this is something that we've had conversations about for legitimately the last 2 years. It's came up. This is money that's been set in capital outlay for years to be able to pay for this project. This is not a project that is unfunded. This is not going to directly affect the levy. This is all things that have been planned for years. So I'm fine with it, but just like I struggle from the national down, you can't just stop doing business for 2 weeks waiting for the next election. But I'm fine with it. We have a motion and a second.
It's a couple weeks.
Yeah,
I don't,
absolutely.
and
I get it.
I understand what you're saying also, because
So we have a motion and a second to table. Call the question.
aye?
Aye.
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 And I'll vote no. Ha! We have a 4-1 motion passes to table. Next, we have proceeding with the work from Bolton and Mink along with DSWG, or DSGW architecture for a low-interest clean water partnership loan through the Minnesota Pollution Control Agency to construct a new salt storage facility. Chair would entertain a motion to approve that.
I'll move.
We have a motion by Counselor Kaler.
Second. Yep.
And we have a second by Counselor Wagner. I have a question at this point. If we are not moving forward with the utility fund at this time, is this still one that we can move forward with? Do we need one for the other? And I could be way off on this. I'm way off? Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. I appreciate that. Yeah. All right, so we have a motion and a second. Call the question.
Aye.
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 And I'll vote yes, motion carries 5-0. Next, we have the 2025-2026 lobbyist agreement with Capitol Hill Associates. Chair would entertain a motion to approve that.
I'll move.
We have a motion by Counselor Kaler. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Counselor Wagner. Discussion. Hearing none, call the question.
Aye.
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 I'll vote yes, motion carries 5-0. Next, we go to the removal of a firefighter, volunteer firefighter from the International Falls Fire Department due to Civil Service Rule number 14. That is Sam Rios Jr. Chair would entertain a motion to accept that resignation.
So moved.
All right. we have
Second.
a Motion by Counselor Wagner, second by Counselor Holden. Discussion? Hearing none, call the question.
Aye.
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 And I will vote yes, motion carries 5-0. Next, we have the removal of a casual paramedic from the International Falls Ambulance Service due to inactivity. That is Becky Brunn. Chair would entertain a motion to approve that.
So moved.
Okay, we have a
Second.
motion by Counselor Wagner, second by Counselor Buller. Discussion? Hearing none, call the question.
Aye.
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 And I'll vote yes, motion carries 5-0. Next, we go to a letter of resignation from emergency medical technician Lynn Zook. Chair would entertain a motion to approve that.
I'll move.
We have a motion by Counselor Buller, a second by Counselor Kaler. Discussion? Hearing none, call the question.
Aye.
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 I'll vote yes, motion carries 5-0. Any other business to come before the council? Hearing none, we'll go to the reports of boards, committees, department heads. City Administrator?
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Mayor, first of all, as your last meeting with us, I would like to take this time to express my sincere gratitude and appreciation for your dedication of service as mayor and as city councilor over the past 10 years. During your time as mayor and councilor, you've worked tirelessly to address a wide range of issues facing our city over the years. From economic development initiatives to infrastructure improvements, you have always put the needs of our community first. Your leadership and vision have been instrumental in shaping the future of our city and ensuring that it remains a great place to live and work. And for that, Mayor, as your term as mayor comes to an end, I want to take the opportunity to personally thank you, Mayor Droba, for your service and for everything you've done for the city of International Falls, and I wish you the best in your future endeavors.
Well, you're the best. Well, thank you.
You're welcome. And further, I would like to thank the entire city staff for everything they've done over the year. We've gotten a lot done. They are hard workers, and just want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Super cool. City Attorney?
I can't top that, so ditto and nothing else.
Perfect. Department heads, anyone have anything to bring forward? All right, we'll go to, in your packet, you have the monthly police report for November, the fire rescue EMS monthly report from November 2024. So we'll go to reports of the mayor, council committees, boards, and commissions. Anybody have anything to bring forward there, please?
Yeah, Public Safety Committee. Today we met, we're working on the security of this building. And we've pretty much run its course in that group, so we would need to move it to Committee of the Whole for the next discussion for everyone to then move it forward to where we need to go.
Okay. Anything else?
I would just like to echo Betty's words, and because I was on the council when you were first elected on the council, and I've watched you grow as a counselor and a leader, in our relationship has grown for the better since that time.
I think it did.
I think it did, and I consider you a friend now. I wanted to tell you that. And to everybody else, Merry Christmas. Thanks to all the city staff. And if you have youngsters and you're looking for some French toast on Saturday from 9 to 10:30 or 11, depending on the crowd, there will be breakfast or Santa for the kids down at the Elks Club. Sorry to step on your toes.
That's all right.
All right.
I'd like to say something about Harley too. When I first
Oh, now
got,
I'm scared.
you better be. But when I first got on the city council, I actually had a daughter that prayed that Harley and I would get along. True story. True story. And I'll be darned if that didn't work. Because you and I didn't start off on the best of terms. However, I learned that you did all right. And there's been times when I've thanked you for what you've done in some hard situations. But yeah, I never thought I'd be saying that. Never in a million years did I think I'd be saying that. And actually, there's a lot of areas where he's done a really good job, so appreciate it.
Thank you, Mike.
Yep.
I didn't even write much down. I just wrote down, I've thought a lot over the last couple of weeks that tonight's going to be my last meeting. And I remember when I first got on city council, and one of the things that had came up is while I was running for that first term as a Center Ward city councilor, the mill had just laid off 250 people roughly. And the community was really concerned and scared about what that was going to be. And I was out there in the community having conversations with people saying that I wanted to be on city council and I wanted to do this and I wanted to do that. And sometimes what you want to do when you get on city council isn't what you can actually get done, because it's bigger than, it's bigger, and government moves really slow, really slow. We've been looking at trying to get some annexation done. We have gotten some annexation done, not enough. We have tried to do some economic development. We have a project that's still in the works, and I'm really looking forward to seeing Felix and those guys pull it off out there at the multimodal. We've done some great stuff. Our downtown is very, there's not a lot of empty spaces downtown. There's one that really you see it. You see it a lot. But our downtown is doing really well. Our streets, our roads, our infrastructure, it's not where we want it, but it's considerably better than where it was. And, going back to that story about, saying the wrong things when I was running, because I didn't know what I know now. It's so much easier to say what's important and how we can do it better. It's been a wild ride, and I want to thank my first city council, which was Pete, well, Pete, you were over here.
I was right there,
You
yeah.
were over there. And Brian Briggs, Mayor Anderson, myself at Center Ward, and Cynthia Jacksaw. And since then, we've had Walt Buller, Keyshawn Johnson,
Keisha.
Keisha Pearson.
Your mind on football?
Mine might be on football tonight. Joe Kraus, Tim Wagner, Chelsea Nelson, which is now our city attorney, Mike Holden, and we've had a lot of things have came up in the time that I've been here. I became mayor shortly after September 20th, after Bob passed away, 2019, going right into a global pandemic, so that was kind of fun. I remember that it was probably 6-7 weeks, maybe a month after I became mayor, I sat in this room by myself and had a city council meeting. The city administrator was downstairs in his office and all the city councilors were at home, but we couldn't be in a room together to have a meeting. So I may be the only mayor that had an empty room meeting. But we've done some great things in our community, and I think my biggest thing is whatever happens starting in January, I appreciate the council pushing some stuff to next year so that Mayor Dill will be able to look at it and move stuff forward. I don't want our community to ever be fractured. So whatever happens from here on out, Mayor Dill has my 100% support. And I'm there for you if you need anything, if you have questions, if you have people you need to, who do I talk to for this? I just want you to succeed so that we succeed as a community, because the last thing we need is to go backwards. So I'm looking forward to where the city goes with this city council here, along with Mayor Dill. And I'm very excited to see what happens, because change is good. I always said change is really good, unless you're talking about mayors, but it might be good anyway. So I just want to say thank you to all the department heads, all of the staff of the city. It has been a wild ride, and after it was all said and done, I gotta say, the most important people that have got me through this are sitting in the front seats right there. They've only been to 2 meetings, couple committee meetings, but my family has been with me the whole way, in the good and the bad, in the days that I leave this meeting just shaking because I'm upset, nervous, whatever. But then the good times too, when you come home and you want to go out and celebrate because you have some wins. So thank you guys. You're the best. I'll tell you more about how great you guys are later. So I have nothing else.
I got an idea. You should get her flowers.
I bought her a flower shop. All right.
I was gonna say, where do you get those?
He knows somebody.
So we'll, I have nothing else. We'll go to audiences.
Can I mention
Please.
something too? I think for incoming Mayor Dill, I think that we all of us here want to work with you the best we can. And if there's anything that we can do to help and to work together, because that's the only way we're going to get something done, if we all work together.
And I hate when I ramble, and I do ramble. That was one of the things when I came in on city council. Pete wasn't lying. We didn't get along. But that's the thing. We ended up getting a tight-knit group. We have disagreements. Me and Mike still have disagreements. We still get along. And that's the important thing, to walk out of here. If you have a 3-2 vote and you leave this room, we're all doing what we think is best for our community. Nobody, I almost said a bad word. Nobody's a bad guy in the situation. It's just having a difference of opinion, and everybody if you have an item that is dividing your community, you literally should have a divided city council that makes a decision and moves forward. But don't look back. Make your decision, make sure it works, and then once you get down the road and you see whether it works or not, that's when you make the decision if you should have done it. I have nothing else. I will not ramble on anymore.
Thank you.
In your packet, does anyone want to come for audience? All right, in your packets, you have correspondence from the Voyageurs National Park Service. the Winter Visitor Center hours and activities, and the Arrowhead Metro, or Arrowhead Transit Metro from December 2024. Reminders, we'll be closing for the Christmas holiday. It'll be a half day on Tuesday, the 24th, and we will be closed on Wednesday, the 25th. Public offices will be closed on New Year's holiday for Wednesday, January 1st. There's a public hearing on January 6th for special assessment. Wow, you get a public hearing right off the bat? Congratulations. And next city council meeting will be with Mayor Dill and these folks on January 6th. It has been a pleasure to serve the city for the last 10 years.